Tom Zhu was just promoted head of the U.S. assembly plants as well as sales operations in North America and Europe for Tesla. This makes him the second highest executive after Elon. Could Tom also be the next CEO of Tesla someday? We don't know for sure, but either way, he is an important executive in Tesla, and I want to share why his promotion is exciting for the future of the company. I recently heard this interview by Good Soil Management where they discussed Tom with a former employee of Tesla China. And after hearing of the character and qualities of Tom described by this former employee, I couldn't help but think of the book Good to Great by Jim Collins, where he describes what he calls a level 5 leader. If you're not familiar with the book, it's a great read. Essentially, they studied 1,435 good companies and examined their performance over 40 years, and they found that only 11 of those companies became great. Really took a large leap from good to great. And they quantified this good to great leap by measuring companies that at least 3x the market return, the average market return over a 15-year period. So what is a level 5 leader, and why did Tom's description remind me of one? Many people think a great leader needs to have some big personality.
I'm kind of a big deal.
Or some huge level of charisma. But Good to Great found that level 5 leaders simply had extreme personal humility plus intense personal will. They're people who are incredibly ambitious, but their ambition is first and foremost for the cause, for the organization and its purpose, not themselves. And while level 5 leaders can come in many personality packages, they are often self-effacing, quiet, reserved, even shy. They're the kind of person that has humility, understands their own strengths and weaknesses, has a laser-like focus on the organization's purpose, passionately committed to and continuously learning, and relentlessly determined to do what is right, not what is easy. And again, just to emphasize, they studied over 1,400 different companies. Only 11 made this jump from good to great, and each one of the 11 companies had a level 5 leader, someone with these traits, with these qualities at the helm. And of the remaining 1,424 companies that didn't make the jump, it was very rare or impossible to find a level 5 leader in those companies. If you're an investor, this is a really big deal that you have the right type of leadership in place. So let's look at a few clips about Tom and from Tom. First, Good Soil's interview about Tom, and then an interview with Tom himself. You'll see his intense personal will and also his incredible humility come through.
For people living in US, you really seldom see this media report in relation to Tom. But in China, this is also the case because Tom is really a low profile leader. This is because his major focus is on this factory construction thing and production, deliveries, something like that. Actually, he's even living in a factory. He's living in a factory. So this gave him some, personality that he really, this is what I believe. So he really doesn't want to step into the so-called, promoted to be given a title, which is not what he wants. So he's not that kind of man, like chasing, a greater job or greater, how to say it, achievement or even a title that he doesn't want. So I really believe that he's man of focusing on his task and works, getting the works done, getting the jobs to finished, something like that.
I love this clip where it really becomes obvious that Tom is a low-profile guy. He isn't seeking personal praise, and he's not chasing titles. He's just trying to do the right job and the right thing as quickly and efficiently as he can. Okay, we'll jump to the next clip, and I'll also read the English subtitles as it's originally done in Chinese. I thought the China President Office of the world's largest car company should have a 2,000 square foot or at least 1,300 square foot office. So I walked around but found nothing. Someone pointed me to your workstation. It's a standing up desk in the corner. This is very strange to me. Is it kind of an ascetic culture? I think it kind of represents a kind of entrepreneurship. The company's culture is not to waste resources and time on those fancy and nonsense things. Focus your main energy and resources into what really matters. This is the company spirit since established in 2003. We don't have a huge administrative organization here to service the management. I told every management staff here, don't become handicapped. book tickets by yourself, grab your food by yourself. Everyone is very used to it and likes it very much because this is an expression of true equality, right? Our entire factory has nearly 10,000 employees. There will be more in the future. Our administration team only has 4 to 5 employees. Mention one point just now. You require management to take a very low standard of housing and transportation. I also heard a rumor I want to verify with you. I heard that you live in a rented government apartment nearby. Don't misinterpret this. The apartment condition is very good. Close to our facility, I can drive here for a bit more than 10 minutes, mainly for saving time on the road. My colleagues live in the same place. The colleagues who built the factory and who work in the factory see each other every day. Some will share a ride. It's a great atmosphere. Say, you help me get my parcel, I get something for you. I think it's a good way of working and living. How much is your rent? It's less than $300 per month without furniture. I rented furniture since I'm from Beijing, so it's a bit more than that. This is a 2-bedroom apartment monthly. I'm actually very curious, as you repeatedly mention that Tesla is a startup company, but in fact Tesla is now the world's largest auto company by market value. Is it still a startup company? The company's market value is a different concept to the profit and cash flow. Although the current valuation is the highest, it does not mean that we now have the most capital in the world. Those are two concepts. I want to clarify this first. Secondly, the startup status has nothing to do with the valuation and profitability of the company. It represents a spirit and culture. Actually, in Tesla, all of our so-called core competitiveness of the company are linked to our startup culture, no exception. It pursues innovation and technical disruptiveness. No predefined norm, avoid rigid mind, pursuing extremeness and all new approaches to change the existing status. Another one is getting your hands dirty. Regardless of your level in the company, you need to be on the front line. Solve the problem by yourself and eliminate bureaucracy. Let equal and transparent communication to boost yourself and generate productivity. You said you have the highest market cap in the world, so you could drop. No one will give up the spirit.
I seriously love this guy, his character and his work ethic that comes through. The fact that he has a basic stand-up desk when they're expecting he should have a really fancy office is incredible. The fact that they've made it so there's only 4 administrators for 10,000 employees. They had that kind of careful thought and construction of the factory and the human resources. Incredible. And I love that he lives in a basic apartment to be close to the factory just so he can make it back and forth from home to the factory in a quick amount of time. He also goes on in other clips explaining how he gets his hands dirty and truly tries to solve problems at the fundamental level on the line with the other employees. This guy is amazing. And if he became the next CEO of Tesla one day, if he was Tesla's equivalent of Tim Cook, at least from the data we have, I think we would be in good hands. Of course, as investors, we would like to see more from Tom first, but we can't like what we see so far. And I would also argue, just throw this in as a last end note, that Elon Musk is also a level 5 leader, as he starts his companies not for his own benefit, but I believe he starts them with the main motive he has is he truly wants to benefit humanity. The missions that he sets with laser focus for each of his companies is inspiring to each person that works there or wants to work there, and that's in part a huge reason why he's had so much success. Partly why I also believe Tesla will one day come back with a vengeance from this stock drawdown that we're currently in. I'm the Paper Bag Investor, and remember, it's in the bag.